Hey guys, I'm excited. I just got a package from OMT Tools, and we're going to open it up, check it out, and review it today. Looks very heavy duty. Pretty impressed with that. Threaded. We're going to go ahead and we're going to check some instructions here and see what we should be doing. And we're going to go ahead and give this a try. We're going to take a closer look at what's in this kit. We have a C-clamp. We have 3 extension screws with one having a hole through it, which is going to be for our hand lever. Then we have 5 pusher adapters, and these are in different sizes from 16 millimeter up to 30 millimeter. Now, if you're like me and you're into small block Chevys, this largest one, this 30 mil, is not going to fit. It's too small. In fact, that's going to cause a little bit of a problem for me doing a review on this kit because that's all I've got here are small block Chevy. Other than I have this head that came off of a Honda CB450. But this is a little bit different, so I'm not going to be able to use this on here. So what we're going to end up doing is making a quick trip to the junkyard, and we'll test this system out.
I didn't have anything in my house that had the right size springs in order to test out this tool properly. So I decided to go out to a local yard, and I found what looks like a Chrysler 300. There's an engine laying right here. I think it's going to fit on these springs, and the head's already unbolted. So we're going to go ahead and test out our OMT kit here. Yes, there is one bolt holding that. But I think we can do it anyway with it sitting in, well, let's go ahead and see if we can pull that bolt. Fits well enough. Okay. Pour the water out of that. Okay. So we'll go ahead and screw that on there. Get that in. Gonna put our T-handle in there. I'm just going to use another one on the other end here to hold that valve. Once I get it set on here, I'll show what this looks like. That creaking sound is the door on that RV. I'm like, what is going on? Okay. Now, so I have this sitting over top of the retainer. The other end here, I'll move it so we're in the light. I have this sitting on the valve. So then I'm simply going to just turn this down. That will compress the spring. And I think I'm going to have to go to a smaller size here because it's not, I'm actually on the spring and not actually on the retainer. Okay, get our T-handle on there. There we go. Just go ahead and knock those keepers out of there. Take it down a little bit more. There goes one keeper. And there's the other. Obviously, you wouldn't be wanting to drop those on the ground. But we're on site, and I don't think anybody wants this head. And we'll go ahead and rotate this out. And I'm going to have to rotate the other end. That's something I didn't think about. So there's something to know. Alright. So you'll want to make sure that you're using all your threaded end on this and not the opposite side to account for enough movement. That, pull our spring, which would allow you to remove the valve. I had a good seal in it. I heard that popping. Again, this is a junkyard part, so I'm not worried about it. Ain't nobody's gonna want it. But that's how you remove your valves. And obviously you're gonna put it back together the same way in the reverse pattern.
The other thing that comes in this set is a set of these valve lapping tools. And if you've never used these, they are relatively simple to use. And I'm going to show you right now how that's done. We're going to take this Honda CB450 head, and we're going to go ahead and let's just put it on its side here. And let's push a valve out. By the way, this Honda engine was locked up, and you can see by all the crud that's in there. I think that might have been filter materials, what that is. But it's got rust on it. It was not so good. Let's pull this other side here. Really, those valves don't look bad at all. But we'll go ahead and we'll do some lapping on there. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to clean the surface of this valve off, so that way we get a good seal with the suction cup. Because basically all you're going to do is simply attach this to this valve, and because it's rather dirty, it's not going to stick very well. Also, it helps if you make the tip of this a little bit wet. So let's go ahead and clean that up. Simply go hit that with a little bit of brake clean. Hopefully that'll get most of that carbon off of there. Alright. The other thing you would do, again, if you're lapping valves, this isn't really a video for lapping valves, but we're going to go ahead and give it a quick test. Now you can see our small stripe on there. We'll see if we can make it a little better, even though you wouldn't have to have it big. In fact, the larger you make that, that means you've probably gone too far, because then your valve's going to sink deeper and deeper into the head. But again, this is not a video for how to properly lap valves. It's simply doing a tool test. Alright, we're going to go ahead, sit that back in there. And what I'm going to end up doing is just making sure the tip of that is clean. Again, usually if you make it a little damp, ignore the fact that I just spit on it. Hopefully you'll be able to see this alright. If I can get my bench to stop moving, let's try that again. So I'm going to stick that on there, and between my hands, roll that back and forth. And we'll go ahead and pull this valve and see how that made any improvement. Well, I didn't do a lot of it on it, but I think that strip is a little bit wider. It's relatively clean. So, yep. So the reality is we're just testing the tool, not really, again, focusing on doing valve lapping. But these work just fine. You've got 2 of them, and you have 4 different sizes. So depending on what you've got. So it should handle most of your heads. If you have a small block Chevy, this would work actually just fine. So to finish this video, what are my thoughts on this kit? Well, if this size range is right for you, this kit works completely fine. It's completely budget friendly. The only things that I'd say would need a little bit of help would be holding this hand lever in this one extension screw, because when you turn it, it falls out. Now, this could be an easy fix, and I'll show you what that easy fix could be. So an easy fix to that would be get yourself vacuum caps, stick over the end. Now, whatever way you turn it, it won't fall out. So, there you go. That's the only problem that I really found with this kit. There are faster methods for this. There are different types of valve spring compressors that are out there that are for quick repeated processes with a quick locking handle. Think of like vice grips. But again, if you're looking for something that's budget friendly, you're only doing this job maybe once or every once in a great while, this kit will actually do the job. So I recommend it.